Looking at the body count, it is March 8th, 2022. March 8th, 2022. This is day 13. Day 13 of the Russian invasion and occupation of Ukraine. 11,000 Russian soldiers have been killed so far since the start of the invasion on February 24th. That's also 20 times higher than the figure recognized by the Kremlin. They've only acknowledged 498 deaths. So 500 Russian troops have been killed, which they said March the 2nd. The Kremlin said March the 2nd. The Ministry of Defense said 498 Russian soldiers have been killed in combat, with another 1,597 being injured. And then March 6th, the General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces said that more than 11,000 Russian soldiers have been killed from February 24th to March 6th, 2022. Here, the civilians say 4 to over 2,000 or 474, according to the UN and the Ukrainian government. And then you have the Ukrainian Air Force and the National Guard of Ukraine and the volunteer forces. 1,500 soldiers, 1,500 Ukrainian soldiers have been killed. That's according to U.S. officials. And then Russian armed forces, it said 498. That's what the Russian government had said. And then 2 to 4,000 is what the U.S. DIA, Defense Intelligence Agency, said. And then the Donetsk region, the separatist force, they've lost 47 to 77 have been killed. Foreign casualties. You had 12 Greeks killed, 4 Azerbaijanis, 1 Afghanistanis, 1 Algerians, 1 Bangladeshians, 1 Indian from India, and 1 Iraq, 1 Iraqi, and 1 Israeli. And that's a total of, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. 22 from at least 8 countries besides Ukraine have been killed. So that means there's blood, there's Greek blood, there's Azerbaijan, Afghanistan, Algeria, Bangladesh, India, Iraq, Israel. So day 13. Russia says that it's killed around 2,000 Ukrainian soldiers, says nothing about civilian casualties. February 28th, Russian troops began bombing the city of Kharkiv. The first report cited a Facebook message posted by Anton Gerashenko, an advisor to Ukraine's interior ministry, who stated that dozens of people had died in Russian missile attacks. This was picked up by international news, but the tally from the attack has been widely accepted to be 10 fatalities. Still 10 fatalities. 9 days into the invasion, Russian forces had managed to only seize 1 city so far. That's the strategically important Black Sea port of Kherson. So I thought Mariupol had been taken, but apparently Mariupol, everybody in Ukraine is holding strong. I don't know. They got all them goddamn tanks right outside of Kiev. Right at any fucking moment when Russia wants to, they're just going to flatten the shit out of, all these cities in Ukraine. Just like they did with Grozny? And then we're just supposed to sit back and watch this shit? I mean, fucking Hannity is right. We know where these Russian convoys are. We could just fly over the top of them motherfuckers and... We're just going to sit there and wait for Russia to go in Kiev and all these fucking cities. They only took 1 city. They only got Kherson. That's it. They only got Kherson. Home to 300,000 people. And they said that they claim they control government buildings in their effort to cut Ukraine off from the sea via its key southern ports. So Kherson, that's all Russia has. 13th, day 13 into the invasion. I mean, what, for George W. Bush to declare victory, it only took about, what, month and a half for the Battle of Iraq and the Allies to be victorious? Day 13. So everybody's acknowledging that, there's substantial Russian losses. At least 500 deaths have been acknowledged by the Kremlin. U.S. says it's 1,500 to 2,000, and the Ukrainian government is saying 11,000. That means the Ukrainians are fucking kicking ass and taking names. That means the Ukrainians are whipping the shit out of the fucking Russians. I mean, in terms of body count, in terms of, I guess, occupation, territorial gain, or whatever.